Welcome back, YouTubers. I am Jason Wiersema. This is Tankers Fantasy Football. We're going to get into some Week 9 waiver wire ads for you guys this evening. But before we do, you know how we do it here at Tankers Fantasy Football. Maybe you throw us a like, maybe you don't. Maybe you throw us a subscription, maybe you don't. Maybe you go fuck yourself. All right, we're going to get out there with some Mark Walton. Kenyon Drake has just left town for Arizona in the wake of David Johnson and Chase Edmonds both being injured going into the Thursday night game. So Mark Walton is probably going to be the waiver wire ad of the week. I'm not sure if I'm willing to break my bank on this guy. He's still playing for the dumpster fire Dolphins. If you're in desperate need of an RB3 flex play, I guess you could throw about 15 to 20% fab on this guy. Another guy might be able to get cheap. Maybe Walton goes down this week or next week, and Kalen Ballage is literally the only warm body left in Miami, and he's already getting the goal line looks as it is. So I mean, Kalen Ballage is definitely a guy you can probably get on the $2-3 fab dollar range out of 100 out there. I'll get some Raheem Mostert. I mean, Jeff Wilson and Matt Breida both got injured on Sunday. The Niners play this Thursday, and nobody runs the ball better than the Niners. Coleman can't take all these carries. Saw what Mostert could do in garbage time yesterday, breaking off a long one. Mostert, if he's getting 10 to 12 touches this Thursday night, I think he is very flex play worthy for you against just a terrible Arizona Cardinals defense out there. You got some Alex Erickson for the Cincinnati Bengals. He had 6 for 97 in London, and he has 14 receptions on 21 targets for 234 yards in these last two games. I know the Bengals are looking on bye. AJ Green's looking to come back in week 10, so you can probably go out there and get this guy for 1 or 2 fab dollars out there. I mean, he's got some good matchups coming up out of the bye as well with the Ravens and the Raiders, who are getting up the 12th and the second most points to wide receivers. All right, we're going to get into some more wide receivers right now. I think Robbie Anderson may be a surprise trade by tomorrow, and if that's the case, Marius Thomas, he would be a pretty good flex play for you the rest of the season. He's averaged nearly 7 targets. He's got like 4 receptions and like 54 yards a game since their week 4 bye. The Jets are entering a really sexy part of their schedule, so if you are in desperate need of a flex play, I'd go out there and try to get you some Demarius Thomas out as well. We got some Mecole Hardman. If he's still on your waiver wire somehow, he's had 4 scores on the season. He's kind of a boomer bust play, but that's kind of what you're looking for when you're talking about flexes or double flexes out there. You're looking for these guys that can hit the home run, and it looks like Mahomes isn't going to be out as long as some of us had feared. We got Phillip Dorsett, got 3 of 6 targets for 43 yards, but was on the field for 64 of the 69 snaps for the New England Patriots. So, I mean, I know Snooze coming in, that's probably made people throw Phillip Dorsett on their waiver wire, but if you're needing a bye week play and a guy who plays for a good team like the Patriots and playing as this high percentage of snaps, I mean, I think I'd look no further than adding some Phillip Dorsett. We got some Josh Reynolds. Brandon Cooks got concussed. The Rams are headed into the bye, so Josh Reynolds you might be able to get for free off the waiver wire. This is Cook's second concussion in like 3 or 4 games out there. So, I mean, if Cooks can't go, Robert Woods is kind of looking dead out there. Josh Reynolds did find his ass in the end zone this last Sunday, so like Josh Reynolds, it could be a flex play moving forward if Brandon Cooks cannot get his ass back on the field come week 10. Right. Another kind of waiver wire, maybe a waiver wire darling, went out there and had like 4 or 5 end zone targets, caught 2 of them, had 2 touchdowns. I'm talking about Darius Slayton for the Giants, but he was still 4th on his team in targets in the game. I don't think this is anything really to get excited about. I think he was more of a daily fantasy hero this last Sunday than anything, but I guess if you're in super desperation like I am in one of my other leagues where it's like we got injuries and bye weeks up the buck and poop chute out there, so we gotta figure it out, and maybe we can get a guy. I mean, Danny Dimes seems to kind of like this guy. He's kind of a deep threat, but I think I'm not willing to spend more than like 5-6% of my fab on him, though. I think he's kind of a one-week hero. Got Chris Connelly for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had 3 for 83 and 4 for 103 over the last 4 for 103 and a touchdown. And his last 2 weeks, he's playing the Texans, who give up the 4th most points to wide receivers. And he had 4 for 73 versus the Texans already this season. So, I mean, if we're only Day Westbrook kind of banged up his neck out there, if he's looking to miss time, I think Chris Connelly could be a decent flex play for your team. We got some tight ends. We're going to look at some Juju Smith. If Delaney Walker continues to miss time, Juju's kind of been getting together. He's got 6 for 78 and a touchdown. In back-to-back games, he's been over 60 yards. So Ryan Tannehill kind of breathing life back into this passing game. And Smith, you know, he's a very talented guy, very high draft stock coming into the NFL draft. Delaney Walker is out. He could definitely be a back-end tight end one moving forward for you. We got some Darren Fells out there for the Texans. Will Fuller's out. Fells continues to be targeted. He's got 2 scores this week. And, I mean Kenny Stills kind of went out there and flopped on his face out there. And moving forward, Darren Fells could be a very solid back-end tight end one for you. I know they're looking at a lot of filth back there in that back-end tight end one conversation, but this is a guy playing for a great offense. So I think I would lean him more over to the likes of like Eric Ebron or Greg Olsen moving forward. Got some Noah Fant with Jeff Howerman looking to miss time. He only had 4 for the 26, but if Howerman's missing time, Fant's going to be playing the lion's share of the snaps at tight end. This is a super dart throw. I'm not saying to start Noah Fant with any kind of confidence, but if you were just looking for a bench stash, I would get after him. All right, you like the cut of my jib, give me a subscribe, give me a share, pound that comment section down there, put all your stardom, situm, all your trade comments in the comment section below. I will get back to you. I always do. All right, boys, holler at me.
I'm hot as fuck, bitch.